jiponi nezvimwe zvese izvo zvinonyatsoita here?
Zvinoita baba mati vanhu ivavo I think they are ISO certified.
Okay.
ISO certified nyakutela they are professional. Yes, and they mean what they say.
Okay.
Vatrineka mantra kwavo kutwa what we say is what we do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What we say is what we do. Okay. All right. Maimati. Inzwaka maimati. Iwe uradza kuti une information yakanyanyisa neTelOne. Anditi? How about looking for a job for you marketing kuTelOne?
Makekangu ndawasiyana baba mati kuya kunotaura chirungu kuya
aiwa yellow bone rakaita semaimati uchingotaura izvozvo zvana visati jiponi kuita sei uchibuda paTV aona kuti zvinonyatsoita
kune sazano baba mati it's who you know isu tinozivani panapa baba mati rega tiite zvemakekis.
Alright maimati zvatakuita panapa rega ndipe mukati anditi nditore bepa tifonere vanhu vachona veTelOne but iwo unenge uchingotaura mine zvambotaura zveyanzi startup pack kuita sei startup pack yachona inofamba sei
pakauya vana pano mati baba mati this day vati mama khangela kule startup pack yedola ngati panangu zvinhu zvechizvi zvikanzizvo ndizvokuti kana makuda kuconnectirwa line andi kuno kumandirisa vari kuisa fiber ka andina kwambakudza kuti vanga vasina drop capi akanzi taanayo saka ngati vanangu saka chii zvikanzi pane number ipapa
vana vapi vavo manje
vanonzi ma-BA uta BA ameno
British Airways
yes iko we-aviation kuta brand ambassador.
Okay.
Vasikana baba mati usatsekerera uri uda vasikana
aiyo ndongoti
ndinokuziva
brand ambassador kungonakidzwawo nazvo chete naimemati
ndo vakanditsanangurira saka vakati hanzi munofonera munhu akanzi ABM area business manager ndakafonera ipapo pahighlands ndikati muposha chinditsanangurira kuti zvinofamba sei abva nditsanangurira zvese zvana visat list line
asiwo wakangwarisa zvese ABM what rega ndichitsvage bepa rachona tivafonere veTelOne wachonchiva
samuimo munhu akati matari rongedzeswaka imo
alright rega ndichitsvage bepa rachona tivafonere tinzwa kuti zvinofamba
sei ulungile.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, tinokutendai chaizvo tinokudai zvekuti tangonzwa maimati. Can somebody tell me zita ramaimati chairo kuti vanonzani? Maimati vanonzani? Maimati. Right, sisi? Inazifungeni. Vanonzai stole. Itai mchifamba mchiuya kuno sisi. Tuda kukwazisana handiti? Uyai kuno tuda kukwazisana? Uyaifamba yenyu toda kukwazisana varoverei maoko vagona anzanonzi dzidzai stole maimati handiti toda kukwazisana navo handiti ka toda kukwazisana sisi handiti toda kukwazisana kana sisi toda kukwazisana ndikwazisei sisi vari kustika ndikwazisei pananga vabatsiro pananga ndibatsiro ndoda unatsokwaziswa ndiri kunzwa kuda kukwaziswa pananga ndikwazo pananga ndikwazo ndikwazisei vanzvadzi alright ndikwazisei tinzwi vagona here ndokukwazisa kwandiri kudaiwa maigona ndikwazisa sisi munoisawo pamota yababa nhai monyorowo zvakanaka neTelOne mukanatsonyora zvinobudikira panoti broadband panobuda pakanzi broadband zvinoita right tiri paipapo handitika tine musikana mheno chisikana kana kasikana kanonzi babs pana anoziva zita rake chairo rese pana anoriziva pana angazive zita rake pana anoriziva zita rake chairo pana angazivewo zita rake
avastika. Let's go on to the next question.
Right, pana angandipowo inini yandiri kuda inonzi bila code yeTelOne.
Bila code
yeTelOne. Right, vanzvadzi muri kutarisa pafoni kaimi
Aiwa, irrigging, disqualified Zek. Zek yaramba. Let's find another one.
Aiwa, vagona foni yanga yakadzima zveshuwa ndazviona. Aiwa, tinotenda vanzwa dzimuri kuziya bhilakodi nai. Varoverewo maoko. Handiti tava vagona bhilakodi yeTelOne handiti. Right, amai mati? Chimbovabvunza itinzwi. Amai mati vachigadzira. Pana ari kuda kujiguravo.
Hello? Yes, Maskati. Okay, umbuzo wami minuti utiona. I-recharge promotion iqalisa nini? Ukuthi iqalise nini? Njalo izaphela nini? Recharge promotion yathi kurana mTelOne. Ikuthanga rini uyezwe itaphela rini? Kana thakathanga rini?
Rini. Recharge promotion. Tukuda the starting date nipa iri kupera pachona.
Pane vari ku left uko varingofarira zvekudya chete. Tipeiwo date rakatanga kana kuti rakatanga promotion nepa ichapera.
Kukwenya murume here kana kuti kusumudza ruoko asingatsonzwisisa kuti chii chiri kuitika. Recharge promotion yakatanga rini kana kuti ichatanga rini ichizopera rini.
Tuda date.
Zvikuda madate chaiwo. Izvi zvekunzanzire kutanga muna August ichipera muna December. We want specific days. Rastika, Maimati. All right. Let's go on to the next lesson. Irubva kuna GT. Dizere. Hanzi tine $1, $2, $5, $10 ne $20 ande. Handi zo. All right. Anyway, tawapira. TelOne. Mkoma kuti marasika yenyu but ndiri kuti mushanya saka it's TE. Thank you. Okay. Andete.
Okay.
TelOne bringing your people, bringing you together.
Tinokutendai hama dzadiwa zvinonzi apunyaira hasha yenhaika chingofambeiwa ndinenge ndangofariro ndongompo zvatinazvo nhaika. TelOne, what we say is what we do.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Thank you very much, Weskit. Tinokutenda ichaizvo Weskit. We thank you very much for your information. Asi chandinetsa ndechekuti maaudience tati chichikamansa tinawo tisaite zvemukuwasha uyu mukwasha akarora maimati andi mamona zvanga achita anotya asi achiziva zvimwe zvinhu sezvakaizondiitira mukwasha iyeyo aenda kumusha akabvunzwa namai wamaimati achipfirira imba mukati pamusoro pemba pakadonha chinhu chakadonha chikati bu zvikanzi ko chii chadonha nai mukwasha zvikanzi ihovhorosi yekwake kuspider web kwaanga ari kuya uko ndokuzobvunza kanzi koyo mukwasha uri kupi zvikanzi ndiri muhovhorosi. Thank you very much. Let's go.
Okay, let's just put our hands together again for the skit team, please. A wonderful performance from them. Right, time, I think we may not need really to spend more time doing other things other than the fact that one of the key highlights of a meeting of this magnitude is basically a keynote address by our beloved MD. I'm going to ask us ourselves to be on our feet right now, even as we going to invite Madam MD to come and address us with a keynote address. Let's just put our hands together, even as we are up on our feet, as we welcome you to be around here. Thank you so much. Madam MD, it's all yours.
Thank you, directors, our bosses. Thank you. We may take our seats. Good afternoon. I don't know whether we should use the modern language these days. I think they are saying, good afternoon, my lords. And how do you address the woman? And my ladies. Good afternoon, my lords and my ladies. It's nice to be here under a new Republic of Zimbabwe, but also as we move forward as TelOne. And this is one of those occasions that is always good to meet and to reflect over the events, not just of the past quarter, but also the events of what's happening in TelOne and what do we anticipate as we move forward. This has been prepared for me by Alice and Tim. I know that Mr. Zinyau is not here, and in absentia, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Zinyau and also to Alice here for preparing this. But I was saying to Alice, I don't know whether people after having lunch, you'd want to see figures and know what's happening. But I'll try just to quickly run through so that you get to understand the fulcrum of my pith. And you then just get to understand. We now want to be lawyers. I don't think we have enough lawyers in TelOne, so maybe we should all go to law school. I just want to say congratulations to all of you who are in this room, because you've been identified one way or the other as good or shining performers. The problem with getting an award sometimes is that you then say, because in you and then maybe we then tend to relax. But I think we need to draw a lesson from Paul, who says in the Bible, forgetting what is behind. And very soon, these awards is what is going to be behind us. And then we then look forward to that which we are yet to attain. And in TelOne, I keep saying, at touch butter. And what is it that we want to attain? We are on a journey to transform our company to be very profitable. We are on a journey to transform the way we do business, to become a digital company. Everybody is talking about digitalization. And, we can't be left behind by banks. I don't know how many admin officers we have in this room, but I don't like the paperwork that we get in TelOne. And one of our directors, can I also say, I don't like the paperwork. I think we really now need to adopt digitalization in a big way, because people don't, we should be the leaders, and yet we are now the followers. I normally use 2nd Street coming down to work, and one of the buildings that I come across is Standard Chartered. And at the Standard Chartered building, they've put a huge, I don't know whether they call it a billboard, that you put against the wall. Is it still called a billboard? A wall mural, yes. You are learning. You are learning. Yes. At Standard Chartered, if you notice, they have a huge wall mural which says, for Standard Chartered, we have gone paperless. We are now digital. I don't know whether anybody has noticed that. But it's not just who's gone digital and doing paperless. So if you are going to Standard Chartered, you don't get with, unfortunately I don't bank with them, but everywhere else, signing, purchase paper, authorizations, do we need to do that? Why are we being beaten by banks to it? This is why when we go out, even when we try to get business, we have a new data center that we are also advertising here. When you go out and we try to market ourselves, they will ask, are these guys serious that they can do this? I saw Mr. Inisha Omulambo and maybe even Leroy, who is acting on behalf of Wholesale. I'm sure this is part of the problem that we have, because they'll ask, are these guys serious? They are wanting to do cloud services. Why can't they do it for themselves first? And even people who go and say we are doing VoIP, how many times are we having VoIP? So I'm saying that as a company, and as those that are getting awards today, because you are our top performers, we are expecting some of these ideas to come through and say, how best can we embrace the digital agenda and transform this company faster than ever before? We are waiting for you. Don't think that the MD knows. Even the directors I work with, I don't think they will be the catalyst, because if we knew, we would have been there by now. And I'm doing an appeal to each and every member, because you are the people, you are the brains in TelOne, you are the people that we value. Let's embrace digitalization. Let's embrace this work. We have to lead. Now we have a new government that is there. They are welcome to these things. But the ground running, didn't they? So if they are hitting the ground running, and as TelOne we are following, then we might never get there. So I'm expecting even as of Monday to get a lot of ideas coming from you. There's a guy called Jeremiah Munembe and his team in innovation. They've always said, let's open up for ideas and let's have those ideas coming through, particularly towards digitization of the company, eliminating all these other things that we are having which do not seem to make sense anymore. So those are my remarks, and because there's been something prepared for me, I just wanted to, I don't think I want to go through it all. I'll just go through the, just one slide. I'm sorry, Alice. I will just do one slide. I think for the period ended, the period that we are talking about, period 6 months from January to June of this year, this is our half year. I don't know what is happening to the sound system. Maybe I stood at the wrong place. But we have a revenue that we've done for the 6 months of 61 million. That 61 million, I remember that we are not near budget. We are, I think we had budgeted for around 68 million, but we made 61 million. All the same is slightly ahead of last year. This, if anybody asks, have we done well or have we done badly? I think we are just at the marginal. We have done, this was all, and it's nothing good, nothing significantly, it's not that disappointing, but at the same time, it's not anywhere near where we ought to be. And as you can see, what is really driving our business now, and I thank the skits for their shows here, because what really is driving us is the broadband. And I think they are trying now to bring in all sorts to show, the recharges, and also to bring the prepaid voice to say we are now doing the prepaid, paid and vouchers and things like that. And thank you for that, because I think what is happening in TelOne is that with the transformation from the old systems to the new systems brought about by our national broadband project that we are now concluding, we now are seeing that we need to work harder for people to recharge, whether it's the broadband itself or whether it's the voice. Especially the voice, there's going to be a lot of work, because the people, if you don't remind them, they will just go back to the mobile. And yet, do you know that we are the cheapest? This is cheaper, isn't it? But how many people actually get to know that? Do you know sometimes even in I've been guilty, even in my office, for not using our landline and to just take the mobile and just start calling somebody to persuade our market to see the value in our services. At the same time, the recharging on the broadband has to continue as well, because it's still the cheapest when you compare with the mobile broadband, where you have those data bundles from whoever the mobile player. We should compare the data bundle from my mobile to our own bundles. I mean, we have bundles for $15 for the whole month, depending on your usage, of course. So we really need to market, or each one of us. It doesn't matter what job you are doing, whether you are in back of the house where you do administration, or whether you are in the front or you are doing the connections in operations. Everybody, is our job to market and market so that this top line can be better. I'll tell you, like last year we made about just under 120 million in revenue. This year we were supposed to make in total 160 million in revenue, which means if we are going to make 160 million, it means between this July and December, we actually have to make 100 million, which is a very, very big number. Very, very big number. So